Dear Jason, here is my letter for public comment to the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. You asked me to write you a letter, but my story can only be told with pictures. The Great Salt Lake is important to me because that's where I fell in love with my husband. Since you said that you didn't think that enough people have had the chance to comment, I decided to show the world your public notice and explain what it means. You are the one who decides if this area gets destroyed or not. Please protect this unique resource. The planet needs to know this story too, since your decision will impact them as well. You asked me to write to you to tell you what the alternatives are. The only alternative is to keep the lake as it is.
In 2009, Great Salt Lake Minerals proposed a 91,000 acre expansion on Great Salt Lake.
The state of Utah's Department of Natural Resources is the governing agency responsible for approving this 91,000 acre expansion for the benefit of Great Salt Lake Minerals Corporation. Even though scientists from the Department of Natural Resources have stated that the Great Salt Lake is a fragile ecosystem, by repeatedly approving these leases, the Department of Natural Resources is placing the Great Salt Lake at risk. We need to change the laws that encourage industrial expansion on the Great Salt Lake. Right now, there are very few areas on the Great Salt Lake that are protected.
There's companies been dumping into this lake and been using this lake and trying to control this lake, and the government's trying to control this lake, you know, the lake levels and stuff, since the white man moved in.
GSL Minerals already has 22,000 acres in Bear River Bay. They've already diked off. They want 8,000 acres more, and that makes about 30,000 acres of Bear River Bay gone. And this bay is the last freshwater bay left on the lake. It's the last pristine freshwater area for wildlife, migratory birds to enjoy and to use, and they want to destroy it. It'll be gone.
This lake bottom is very heavily saturated with heavy metals, and every time the shore line is exposed, whether it's by Mother Nature, like it has been the last few years, and the wind comes up and that turns into dust, that creates a health hazard for everybody in the Salt Lake Valley.
A lot of the organic gardeners and stuff have kind of jumped on the bandwagon to use potash for their fertilizer. And a lot of them purchase the products from GSL Minerals. GSL Minerals touts this stuff as an organic fertilizer, you know, that's good for the world. So you have people like, I think it's Dr. Earth and a few other really nice companies that are trying to do their best to do organic gardening and things like that, are ending up buying materials from a company that is destroying thousands and thousands and thousands of acres of wetlands and bird habitat in order to make an organic product. So there's a kind of a tough trade-off there, where do you want to do the right thing and get organic fertilizer but destroy 30 extra thousand acres of wetlands that wildlife depend on? That's a tough call.
It's people wanting to damage and destroy the marsh. They just think that it doesn't matter, that it's just there to do whatever they want to with it. And I mean, that's why we fight like we do, to keep it the way it is, as natural as we possibly can keep it.
These local groups oppose the Great Salt Lake Minerals Corporation 91,000 acre expansion project. We are calling on everyone, including all members of these organizations, to take a few minutes to submit a letter to the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers to let your voice be heard. Written comments referencing Public Notice SPK-2007-00121 must be submitted to Jason Gibson, Project Manager, U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, 533 West, 2600 South, Suite 150, Bountiful, Utah, 84010. Email jason.a.gibson@usace.army.mil. Please write 2 letters to Jason, one now and one after the draft environmental impact statement is released for public comment later this year. Please let Laura and the Department of Natural Resources know that their plan is not acceptable. In your letter, be specific about the areas on the map that are now proposed for possible mineral leasing. If this plan gets approved, the majority of the Great Salt Lake will be available for extraction. We do not need to compromise this critical habitat for the extraction of minerals. We need to be the voice for the Great Salt Lake. For more information and updates about the Great Salt Lake, go to our Facebook page, Evaporating Shorelines, and our website, backlightpictures.com. You can email us at greatsaltlakestory@gmail.com. You can also visit the Friends of Great Salt Lake website.